How could your own wife poison you? But Mr. Ibu stood by his words. He was rushed to the hospital twice. When he came out from the hospital, he said something clearly. He said, they want me dead so they can take my properties. People were shocked. They couldn't believe it. How could your own wife poison you? But Mr. Ibu stood by his words. This was not a movie scene. This was not acting. They were real receipts. The same laughter that brought him to the top also became a cover to hide his pains. And behind those loud jokes was a man dying slowly. I know what made the story more painful. It wasn't just sickness that finished him. It was the people around him, the ones who said, I love you, who were secretly digging his grave. In the middle of all this, God sent someone to him. And that person will later become a blessing and a curse. Her name is Jasmine. To some people, she's an angel. To others, she's the villain. And to Mr. Ibu, she was like a daughter, even though she wasn't his biological daughter. Some people call her thief, husband snatcher, gold digger, TikTok manipulator. But here is a real question. Who is Jasmine? Was she really helping or she was hiding something? Let's go back and find out what really happened. Jasmine was a young girl from Nigeria. Her real father was a soldier, and that soldier was a good friend to Mr. Ibu. When her dad died, Mr. Ibu stepped in and took care of her like his own daughter. From that moment, she called him daddy. In 2018, Jasmine left Nigeria to study law in Cyprus. She was doing well until one day something strange happened. In 2020, she got a message on WhatsApp. It was from Mr. Ibu. He said, Jasmine, please, can you help me with some money? At first, she thought it was a scam because this was Mr. Ibu, the legend, the millionaire, the one with exotic cars and mansions. Why would he be asking for 5,000 naira? That's about $4. But it was real. And he didn't stop from there. He kept asking 10,000 naira, 2,000 naira, 50,000 naira. That's about $2, $3, small money. That's when Jasmine knew something was wrong with daddy. She started asking questions. Where is your wife? Where are your children? Why are you asking me for money? But then, the real story came out. Mr. Ibu was sick. He was no longer living in Lagos with his family. He had to move to Abuja in Nigeria, far away, alone. Him and his wife were not talking. Why? Because life was hard. There was no money, no job, no peace in the house. So he left everything, his house, his cars, and went to Abuja to find peace. But right there in Abuja, he was broke and he was still sick. He was not only asking Jasmine for money, he was begging everyone for small money to eat, to buy drugs, and to survive. Jasmine couldn't believe it. So she called the wife to hear her own side of the story. And what she heard broke her heart. The wife was crying. She said, there was no food. The children are hungry. The car has no fuel. NEPA have cut the light, so they have no power. She said since Mr. Ibu left the house, they had been suffering, that he abandoned them. Jasmine didn't have money. She was just a student, but she managed to send 100,000 naira. That was about $30. She borrowed that money to send to them. And from that day, she started helping them regularly, sending money from Cyprus to the wife, to the kids, to Mr. Ibu himself. She wasn't looking for fame. She was just helping because this was the same man that once helped her. But here is the question. Where was Mr. Ibu, a whole legend, begging a student for money? Where were his friends, his colleagues, his producers, the actor guild? Where are they? He was in an hotel room, sick, broke, and forgotten. Jasmine couldn't take it anymore. Her heart was heavy. She was worried, so she packed her things and flew back to Nigeria. When she saw Mr. Ibu with her own eyes, she was shocked. Mr. Ibu couldn't walk. He was sweating. He was shaking. He was whispering, and he kept saying, death is near. Death is near. He was scared for his life. She rushed him to the hospital. While he was in the hospital, she called some of his old actor friends, and some of them actually turned up. They ran some tests, and the result was worse than anyone expected. Mr. Ibu's health was declining. Now, let me tell you what happened that shocked everyone next. Jasmine called Mr. Ibu's wife. She told her, please come to Abuja. Your husband is sick. He needs help. But guess what Mr. Ibu said when he heard that? He said, no, don't let her come. If she comes, I will die. Everyone was confused. Jasmine started begging on her behalf. The friends were begging on her behalf. But he refused. He said, I caught her cheating. I don't trust her anymore. And she wasn't there for me when I needed her the most. When Jasmine asked the wife, she denied everything. She said it was all lies, that she never cheated, that she's always faithful to her husband. So now the question becomes, who do you believe? Because from this point forward, it wasn't just about sickness anymore. It became war, a war of loyalty, a war of control, a war of who to trust. One day, everything collapsed. Mr. Ibu couldn't walk anymore. He couldn't speak clearly. He was sweating. He was vomiting. He was shaking. At first, people thought it was stroke, but Mr. Ibu said something different. He said, I was poisoned. Now listen, this wasn't the first time or the second time. He stated clearly that they want me dead because they want to take my property. He said he suspected the people that are very close to him, including family member, someone he once loved. Could it be his wife?